Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our Thule Roof Rack system with our 53-inch long WingBar Evo crossbars, our Evo raised feet for raised rails right here on our 2012 Nissan Murano. So you have your Nissan Murano and you're ready for adventure, or maybe you want to carry some extra items. Let's say you want to carry kayaks up on your roof, or boxes, or roof baskets, or even roof-mounted bike racks. What you then need is a roof rack system. So even though you have the raised rails, there's still need for the towers as well as the crossbars to hold everything down. And that's where our roof rack here comes in handy. So this is going to be the Thule roof rack system, which is going to be longer. We have the 53-inch long crossbars, then we have the feet for the raised rails. So let's talk about what makes this different from the other roof racks you might have for the Murano. So right off the bat, this is going to give you more overhang than some of your other crossbars, but there's a downside to that too. So the 53-inch long crossbars actually max out the inside track for the crossbar, especially once you get them further back on your raised rails. So if you want a really good and tight fit, you're gonna have to move your crossbar system a little bit forward, and you can't bring them all the way to the back. So that's gonna be the major downside. But the good upside is this is pretty much our best fit here, and we have an overhang measurement of 4 inches from the end of the tower to right before the end cap. That overhang is going to be helpful for when you have different accessories, and let's say you want to maximize your roof space, you can mount those clamps to the outside. If you're using load assist items, let's say like the Thule Elevator or the Yakima Showdown, that requires that much overhang in order to use them. Now, with that much overhang, let's also talk about mounting and how items can mount to your crossbars. So they can go around the WingBar Evo, but when you have clamps that go around, you're gonna wonder about your clearances, especially with our sunroof here. So we'll take some measurements from the top of our closed sunroof to the bottom of our crossbar. We have 2 3/4 inches of clearance. So that's pretty low profile, but still a little extra space for those clamps that go around. Now the height this adds to your vehicle is going to be top of closed sunroof to the top of the crossbar, 4 and I'd like to say 1/4 inches, and that's going to be where your cargo is going to sit. So let's say you're carrying skis and snowboards. If you have extra large bindings, you're going to have a carrier, then your snowboard, and you want to make sure if you need to, go ahead and get those that have lift. That way you're not making contact with the top of your roof. Now with this being relatively low profile, there's another option for you for using accessories, and that's going to be the T-track or T-slot system. So if you open up the side of this crossbar, you have an end cap, and then you're just going to feed your T-track accessories right through that split in the wind strips. I did notice that after some time, those wind strips do experience wear and tear and can start splitting apart since they are made of thermoplastic. So if that happens, you can find replacement parts right here. Just switch that out, and that way you can continue to use your T-track accessories. So the way these are shaped these are the WingBar Evo Aero crossbars. What does that mean? Well, in the old days, there used to be round and square crossbars. Those were your only options, and they worked, but they had a lot of wind drag and wind noise. You'd hear them whistling down the road. That's where aero bars came to play. They help with being more aerodynamic. They help reduce that wind drag, wind noise, and feed that air past and through. So you can see here that we have those wind strips on top. That's to help out with that. And then they still split apart for those accessories once you have them on top. Here we have our Evo raised rail towers. So these fit right around the raised rails on your Nissan Murano. You have a end cap here, and that locks the tower, so you're going to have to turn that with a flathead screwdriver or even your keys. So this is just a plastic lock cord, and you just turn that and you can now open up the end cap. You do have the option to upgrade to metal lock cores that use keys, and you can use the Thule one key system if you want to pair all of them. This does have a weight capacity of 165 pounds, which is awesome because then you can carry a lot more cargo. Now with that weight capacity though, keep in mind your actual roof weight capacity. So add up the weight of your cargo, add up the weight of your carrier or your accessory, and add up the weight of your roof rack. That total should not exceed your actual roof weight capacity. So we're gonna open up our sunroof here. And you can see that even with the glass lifting up, or I guess tilting up, we still have clearance underneath our crossbars. My personal thoughts about this Thule Roof Rack system paired with our Nissan Murano is I do like how everything just fits together. This has a bit more of a sturdy, sporty look compared to some of our other roof rack systems. I personally prefer the raised rail system just because of how sleek it is, but it is up to you with what type of look you're going for. They all have pretty much the same weight capacity. It is also about what type of accessories you want. So if you want something that's a little bit more affordable, has included locks already and you don't have to add it on, check out the Roof Rack system with the through feet. If you really like Thule and you have other Thule accessories and want to make sure everything works together, this is a great fit for you, especially seeing how we had clearance with our open sunroof. So the install process is going to be pretty simple, but we have some extra things you want to make sure of because it's on our Nissan Murano. So I already installed our rear crossbar and we're going to install the front one together. So this includes everything that we need to install the roof rack, but there's some extra things that I recommend adding on. And that's going to be getting your tape measure just to make sure everything is square. And also if you want to, you can go ahead and get the lock horse that we can lock your towers. You're then going to insert your tower on or from the edge of your crossbar and just slide that through on each side. Now there is a measuring bar on the inside of the crossbar, but we actually kind of maxed out our space with our 53-inch long crossbars. So I actually put that all the way towards the inside. Open up those towers on the end and just leave those end caps in for later, but you are going to put the end caps for the crossbars in. So we're going to have to make sure we line up the right one. There we go. That's a fit. So with all that in place, you're then going to put it onto your raised rails. And since you have raised rails, you can kind of pick wherever you want, although you do kind of have fixed mounting points on your rails. One thing to notice is please make sure you have them facing the right way. You want the taller portion facing the front. So you're going to push your towers up flush against the rails. Make sure you do that on the other side too. Also make sure that they're on the same side. So you're going to want your crossbar spread to be the same. And then you're going to want your overhang to be the same. So move that crossbar back and forth until you get that. So once you have your overhang the same and you have it right on the spot you want to, go tighten it down evenly on each side. So that means like do 3/4 of the way on that side and then tighten down on this side all the way until you hear your torque tool click. So it's set to 4 Newton meters. So keep turning until you hear it click, and you'll want it to click twice, kind of like a gas cap. That's 1 and 2. And then for all 4 towers, don't forget to put the end cap on there. Then you're going to have a plastic core. If you did not upgrade to the metal lock core, that's going to fit right in there. And you're going to use a flathead screwdriver just to make sure everything is nice and secure, just like that. Once you've done that on all 4 towers and double checked that your crossbars are tight, then that's it for the install. You're ready to load this up and hit the road. And that was a look at our Thule Roof Rack system with the 53-inch long WingBar Evo crossbars, the Evo raised feet right here on our 2012 Nissan Murano.